Martian skin. Smart money's on alien.
Martian? Like John Johns?
My point of origin was 1,000 light years removed from Mars on the planet Kolu. I am Brainiac.
I wouldn't go as far to say that Injustice 2 is the perfect fighting game, but it feels pretty darn close. I felt more comfortable exploring its characters and their spectacular combos than most of the other fighting games that I've tried. It may be the phenomenal character designs or my knowledge of the DC universe that allowed me to figure out most of their fighting styles fairly quick. It was always a great idea to create a fighting game based from DC Comics, and Injustice 2 only solidifies its place amongst the finest.
A warning shot, Cyborg.
I won't hurt you unless I have to.
You're gonna have to.
It's not often that a fighting game series takes its story so seriously, but developer NetherRealms understands that making a story based off of Batman, Superman, and the rest of the Justice League is not something that you can skimp on. Like a usual fighting game, the writers need to find just about any reason to make its characters fight one another, but this specific universe has been crafted to keep the Justice League divided. It's interesting to see the aftermath of the tyrannical reign of Superman and the struggle most of the heroes go through to regain their honor. Batman, now known to be Bruce Wayne, works tirelessly to maintain order and balance while trusting characters that he normally wouldn't be working with. This shift in character relations from the norm creates a dynamic that drives great character interactions and allows for fights that feel a little bit more natural. Injustice 2 furthers this by including a lot of up-and-comers from the comics and TV shows. It defies expectations by giving Supergirl, Blue Beetle, Harley Quinn, and Firestorm a strong presence in the overall story, which is an amazing change of pace. Regardless, Superman and Batman steal the show as they attempt to reconcile their differences to save the world from Brainiac. The story is presented well, characters have an impressive amount of character development, and it was rare that interactions felt forced. Situations like Green Lantern fighting Atrocitus or Harley Quinn taking on a Joker hallucination do feel jarring and out of place, but I can get behind their inclusion since it attempts to develop these characters further. A stellar cast of voice actors and a crazy amount of detail in the facial animation stand out as examples of how serious they are about crafting a compelling story. Harley Quinn and Catwoman are two examples of characters that look borderline realistic and in no way look out of place next to equally amazing looking fighters like the earthly Swamp Thing or the terrifying Scarecrow. Every combatant moves fluidly, packs a punch, and feels wholly unique from one another. Injustice 2 stands out from other fighting games by including layers of character customization that influence their stats. It felt weird at first to adjust a character's speed, power, and the like, but it's simple to understand and fun to utilize. With a plethora of different armors, masks, and weapons to give each fighter, the inclusion of this gameplay mechanic is welcomed and only furthered my interest in jumping into online matches. It felt rewarding to beat an opponent in a match with my favorite character when there was an actual reward for doing so. I've grown accustomed to playing as a Blue Beetle and found myself increasingly excited to get a new item to customize him with. Again, these cosmetics do change stats, but if it becomes an issue, then players can participate in ranked mode, where stat changes are disabled, but you'll still be able to see the unique versions of our favorite heroes crafted from other players. But the main attraction is obviously the gameplay, and it's nothing short of top tier. It's easy to understand the dynamics of its fighting system after a short tutorial. Those who are veterans at fighting games will pick up quickly, able to pull off the more complex combos, but those who are new can still grab a controller and understand what the game has to offer. The main mechanics from the original Injustice do carry over. Players can clash with one another, which is a fun gambling mechanic where they wager their super meter against one another, allowing the winner to do extra damage or gain health from this encounter. Super moves make a return as well, and for the most part they do their respective characters justice. They establish characters' strength, speed, and intelligence, showing off amazing feats like Supergirl flying a character around the sun, or Batman mowing down an opponent with the Batwing. But they tend to get repetitive quick, especially once you realize they're unskippable. Thankfully, even with the super moves, fights overall are quick and intense, letting players feel powerful with each successful combo. NetherRealms once again proved that they are the kings of the genre and understand what makes these characters tick. With an amazing story, great characters, and stellar gameplay, there is no reason players shouldn't take a look at Injustice 2. Those who are fans of fighting games or fans of DC in general will absolutely love this installment of the newest corner in the DC universe. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games, but I still managed to have a great time with one of my all-time favorite franchises. Make sure to subscribe for more videos on Injustice 2, and if you like this review, then check out some of our other thoughts on your favorite games.